Hello there, guys, and welcome back to Scottish Hill Talking. I'm currently recording this while camping, trying out some new microphones that I got from Timu. So, if there's any sort of techie guys out in there listening, please give me some feedback on how this sounds. So, yeah, I'm currently in the Inverkit Woods camping, because I'm doing a practice camp with the Scouts tomorrow at Everton Scout Camp. And I thought it'd be a good chance to kind of test out some of the new gear and also just have a night of camping to myself. If anybody follows me on the TikTok, they would have seen that when this is currently getting recorded on the Friday. I'll have posted a whole load of stuff come Saturday morning, probably, on TikTok about just some videos of where I am and stuff like that, but mainly about the condition the woods are in. There's a lot of, obviously, youngsters that come up here on the weekend when it's dry to have alcoholic beverages, and they just leave. They've got no respect for their kit and just leave everything lying at their arse. So yeah, that's a gripe I always have. But yeah, so as this is Scottish Hill Talking, the main reason I am talking, this is part of my sort of personal mental health diary, I want to say. Well, I say personal, but I'm punting it out at you guys as well, just to spread awareness. So as you all know, I'm an auxiliary nurse, or sorry, a healthcare support worker is what they're branding us as now, in Inverclyde, and I currently work in Inverclyde. I'm trying to be very careful about what I say here, because if I'm going to punt this out, I need to make sure I don't name names or places or things. But yeah, as most of the staff know, if anybody's on the ward listening to this, hello, ward guys, that I'm not going to be specific about. Other than one person, there is one person I will be specific about, but it's for a good reason. I can almost hear bumholes clenching about that one. But yeah, so I have just finished on Thursday morning there the end of 7 shifts in a row, which was self-inflicted. It was, I know, before people say, oh, it's not legal. The reason I did what I'd originally done was I was on day shift Thursday through to Sunday, and then jumped onto night shift Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I was only really meant to be doing Monday as a night shift for a swap, so I could get this weekend off to do the thing with the Scouts, and then I'm off on annual leave all next week. However, Sharon, the legend that swapped with me, was on 3 nights at the start of the week, and she asked if I wanted to do all 3 of them, and it meant I could get my annual leave earlier rather than doing the Monday and then waiting to Thursday, Friday to come in for a day shift, 2 day shifts. So shout out to Sharon, legend. Well, it depends on how you take this story. But yeah, so it's 12-hour shifts, you're on your feet all day, you're lucky if you get a break, especially the way the NHS is just now. And when I was on my night shifts, there's certain nurses who I've got, in every work there's always people that have reputations, and I was on with a certain one. And at the end of my shifts, I can only describe it as I basically had a mental breakdown. I broke into tears. I couldn't sleep during the day for my last night shift. I was so paranoid about what I was going to be walking into, that's not just down to nursing, that's just down to the way we are worked, essentially. And it's no fault, well, it's nobody's fault that we can really address, because we are so short staffed and because there's so much illness amongst the staff, because we're all burnt out. But yeah, so I've had to take the steps that I didn't really want to do, because I thought doing this sort of thing by going out in the hills and clearing my head and discovering a wee bit of Scotland, I thought I was helping myself, but because it's been months, it's been the last time I actually was able to go for a proper hike that wasn't in Greenock was probably before the summer holidays started in June. So I think it's just been piling up, my anxieties and whatnot. So I've actually had to reach out to the doctors to try and see if I can get myself medicated for my anxiety now. My anxiety is a massive part of my life, purely because of where I work and the career that I've picked, but also I'm type 1 diabetic, so it kind of goes hand in hand. Oh God, this is hard. But yeah, so I am I'm taking like nearly 2 weeks off. I'm going camping this weekend, obviously, and I'm also camping next weekend for the Hardie Webster competition, which my scouts are entered in, and I'm focusing on them. I'm focusing on myself, and I've muted all work charts and whatnot till I'm back, because it's just like any job. Like, I know there's a lot of people out there that understand that nursing is a difficult job. I knew it was a difficult job when I started, and a lot of people are saying to me that it's not I take on a lot of responsibility that I shouldn't, in a way. And I understand where they're coming from. It's not so much I'm taking on responsibility that I shouldn't, it's more I want to help. Like, I'm just that kind of person. That's why I'm a scout leader. I want to help the younger generation be better than what they are, you know. And that's me as a person in general. That's why I'm a scout leader. That's why I'm a nurse. That's why I'm the person that I am. Like, that's why I started this podcast. I want to help people, and I think it's just kind of got to the stage where, because I'm helping so many people, I'm not really helping myself. So yeah, this is actually, I know you can't hear it, but I'm almost in tears. But that's why we're here to talk about stuff like this. I'm also looking into reaching out to the Man on Inverclyde. Shout out to them, legends. I'm going to try and see about getting some mental help from those guys, and hopefully maybe even get them on the podcast at some point to talk about the services that they can provide as well, for in the Inverclyde area. But yeah, sorry for this to being such a downer of a podcast. Like, I'm trying to be as careful as I can with what I'm saying. But yeah, I just feel like this is something that I need to get off my chest and talk about, even if I'm just talking to myself, and just get it out of my system. But yeah, back to, scouty stuff. So this weekend is Hardie Webster training camp, or practice camp, should I say. So this is where I'm going to give them a dry run of what they're expected to be like next week, and it means we can go through the kit, go through anything that we're struggling on, so we know what to focus on over the next week before we're back here for the competition. There is another group camping as well, the 10th Greenock District Scouts. who I used to be a scout in. Shout out to Michael Sinkler, who is the scout leader over there. Me and Michael used to be in scouts together, and we were in school together all the way through primary, all the way up to the high school. But I like, so we'll be able to get a wee eyes up in the competition, see how they're getting on, and see how if they've improved from last year, and what they might be bringing next week. I also attempted to make a chicken chow mein on the fire. Didn't go too well considering I forgot to bring noodles, but the chicken was actually dynamite. So next week I'll definitely be bringing noodles, and I'll have a wee bit of feedback on that one. I might even make a wee video out of that, like how to make a chicken chow mein on the fire. Thank you to Susie, my wife, who told me how to actually kind of make sure I knew what I was doing making a chow mein, and I'm going to practice all week making chow mein. Love a chow mein. But yeah, I think at some point what I'll do as a podcast, as a TikTok video, I might even just come up here one day and do a video of doing a clearing up of the Inverkip Woods, or this area of the Inverkip Woods, because that seems to be a hotspot for Friday nights. It's actually really quiet here tonight, which is ideal. All I can hear is the river, that's the wee burn that's going down about 200 metres away from where I'm currently camped, and the sheep in the other field, which means the scouts are camping here tonight are probably knocked out. But yeah, I'm glad. I hope you all have a great weekend, whatever you are up to, whenever you are listening to this, or great week, whenever you have a good day, right? Just day that for me. I hope you get out there, get in the hills, go clear your heads, and go discover a wee bit of Scotland. Thank you to everybody who's listening so far, and thank you to everybody who's subscribed on the YouTube, follow me on Instagram, everything else that I do on Etsy, everybody's buying my woggles. I'm actually bringing out new paracord woggles as well, so they're big things. And if you are ever wanting to try and get some of the merch that I wear in my videos, like my Scottish Hill Talking ones, please get in contact with Tig Tag Tees in Dunoon, Stevie and Geraldine, who I work with. Absolute legends. They came up with a logo, and they've just gave me some new gear as well. So I've got a new sort of baseball tee, which is like long sleeved, which I love. I've got a new blue. It's called. I call it the Hilltop blue, but it's called Azure blue. And I've got a new yellow one as well. And I've even got a new mug, which I'll need to bring next week for camping. But yeah, thank you, Stevie. Thank you, Geraldine. You are absolutely amazing, and I hope at some point I can get a whole bundle of t-shirts off yous, and then I'll even do a wee merch sale of my own. But yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble on about my stressful week at work, about me having a mental breakdown, about me just collapsing, and also a massive thank you to Sharon Collins, who is basically my work mum, who just gave me a hug when she seen me because she knew I was about to break down. Sharon's been off on sick since January, because she was in surgery, and then after the surgery, when she was due to come back, she went and fell down the stairs, and now her x-rays look like Wolverine. So yeah, she's been off for a wee while. It's great to have her back. She's only on wee sort of phase returns just now, so I'll only be doing what wee half shifts, but she's a breath of fresh air to have back, and the banter is just always cracking when Sharon's on. So thank you so much for being on that morning. You really helped me out, and helped me just by giving me a hug and just listening to me. You're an absolute legend, and just I can't even say much more. I hope this video has opened a few eyes, and hopefully hasn't rustled too many feathers. I'm going to head to bed now, and I will hopefully have another wee video up on TikTok, a couple of new videos up on TikTok soon. I know I keep saying I'm going to get stuff out there, but I'm really sorry for the delays. It's just I'm not in the right headspace to be constantly keeping up to what I was doing last year when I was trying to do it every single month. But I'm going to focus on myself, get myself sorted out, and then as soon as I'm ready to go, I'll be back in action and kicking like the Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, again, get out there, get in the hills, go discover a wee bit of Scotland, and clear your heads, guys. This is Matt from Scottish Hill Talking, and I'm signing off. Night, bye.